Hello, and thanks for joining me today. I want to talk to you a little bit about HitBTC and how everything works on here. HitBTC is a cryptocurrency exchange, like a real exchange with an order book, which I will explain in a moment here. But right now I'm going to show you all the different parts. Up here is a chart. This is a chart of Ether being traded against Bitcoin. Okay, and right now this is what I'm trading. Over here is a list of the instruments I have all set to my favorites. These are pretty much my favorites here. But right now I'm only trading Ether versus Bitcoin. Right, if you click on one of the tabs, you'll see all of the stuff that pertains to that particular currency. Now these tabs represent the currency that you're going to be using to buy the cryptos. So if I click on the BTC tab, right, and I go, like, for example, oh, check this out, I've got some of my orders are filling out here. Oh, there's more. So let's say I want to do XRP, which is Ripple's token, right? So this is what the chart looks like. So basically what this means is I'm using BTC, Bitcoin, to buy Ripple, right? Or when I sell my Ripple, I'm selling it to get Bitcoin in exchange. So Bitcoin is my money that I'm using to buy Ripple, right? It's likewise here, if I click on the Ether tab, I'm using Ether to buy whatever is listed here, and then when I sell those, I get back Ether, right? Same with Tether and DAI, which I'm really liking these days. DAI is pretty cool. And then there's a few others, and EOS. I'm slowly gaining trust for EOS, but that's a whole story for another day. Anyway, so let's talk about what's going on over here. The order book is the real cool thing here. So let me go back to my pair that I'm trading. Okay, and something's happening right now. This is an hourly chart, and you see how tiny these little bars are? That's normal. That's the normal hourly range. So something in the last 2 hours, it just went crazy, and so I thought, wow, this is a good opportunity to show the market while it's going crazy. My orders are going in the books, so on and so forth, right? So here on this side, the green side, is this is an order book, and what an order book is when you want to buy or sell something, you determine what price you want to sell it for or what price you want to buy it for, and you place an order with the exchange. That order goes into an order book. So if you look here, see the bid price right here at the top of this list is the highest price anyone's willing to pay in Bitcoin for Ether, right? And then as the prices, as you go down the list, the prices get lower and lower. Okay, on this side, this is the sell side, right? So here is the lowest price at the top here. This is the lowest price anyone is willing to sell you their Ether for, right? And as you can see, there's a slight gap between the two prices, right? So this guy's going to say, okay, I want to pay you this much. This guy's saying, no, I want you to pay me this much, right? And that's kind of how it goes back and forth. And then all this stuff that's shifting up and down is because orders are getting placed in the books and removed from the books. Like somebody might put an order here at the top and it'll sit there for too long, so then they cancel it and lower the price just in hopes of getting a fill faster, right? Now if you look over here, these black, the bold ones, those are the price levels where my orders are sitting. So what happens is once this order rises up to the top of the book, right, the next thing that sells will be mine. Okay, and so that's the price that I'm selling at. I've got to sell there, I've got to sell there. I actually have 295 orders, apparently all on the sell side right now, because I run out of money to buy to place orders on the buy side. But as soon as some of these sell orders start to fill, that frees up my Bitcoin, and you'll start to see my orders showing up on the buy side. So this is the order book, right? Now every time an order is matched, oh, did you get that? That was some of my sell orders filling. So I have this bot. That is doing all my trading for me. So while we're speaking, you see there's a buy order on the book, right? There's going to be another one here pretty soon. So even while I'm speaking, while I'm talking to you, there's a second one. My bot is sitting here just monitoring the order book and looking for opportunities to place buy orders and sell orders, right? Every time, in fact, the sell orders are automatic. As soon as a buy order fills, it automatically places a sell order. So we just filled it by, see, look at all these orders filling down here. I'm going to close all this stuff. Yeah. See, those are all my orders that have been placed and filled. And it just, yeah, it's crazy. But it's fun. That's why I thought it would be cool to show you now, because there's a lot of activity in the market. My bot is just having the time of its life. Right? Okay, see, there's 2 new buy orders on the book. Those are my orders. Here's a sell order waiting, almost getting close to being filled. Okay, and so what I was going to say, oh, there went one. As soon as, so let's say somebody places an order for a buy order at the price that's at the top of the sell side, right? That's a match, and that removes an order or parts of it removes an order from the order book. Okay, whenever that happens, the current price of Ether versus Bitcoin in this case changes to whatever that price was that exchange was made, right? That's what you see right here. Okay, and also there's this time and sales. Every time there's a match on the books, it gets reflected here. You see a bunch just went in just now, and one of those was mine apparently. So a bunch of orders were matched. There's a bunch more. So like at this moment the market's just going crazy, so you're seeing lots of matches, lots of buys, lots of sells. People are going crazy buying and selling this stuff, and my bot is at the center of all of it, just providing liquidity for everybody who's frantically buying and selling, right? Which is really cool. That's if you really want to make money doing crypto, you want to play the role of market maker, right? You want to be the one that's buying up all the inventory and selling it at profit, you know. And yeah, you can see I've got a buy order here. All the sell orders now have gone way down because the price looks like it's dipping a little bit if I look over here, but eventually they'll come up and they'll fill. And then not only that, but I'll get more buy orders as the price goes down, and that'll fill. That'll start placing orders at these levels on the sell side. Right up there, I just closed 3 more buys. Boom, boom. Okay, so here. So let me teach you how you would actually go about trading. So down here. Oh, let me show you this thing. Okay, my orders and trades. This is everything that I have that's on the book right now. I have 295 orders on the book right now, right? Just, you know, this is crazy. My bot right now is programmed to do 400. Oh, look, price is going up again. My orders are coming to the top. So you might hear some more cha-chings anytime now. And when they do, that'll free up some more coin for me to buy with, and then you'll see more buy orders go in. Right? This thing just buys at basically at the current price and puts in a sell automatically at profit. So every sell is a winning trade. Okay, so here, active orders, right? That shows everything that's on the book right now, and then this number here, it shows the size of the order, and then it'll be like 0 slash something, right? The something is the size of the order that you placed. The 0 on the left is actually how much of that order has been filled already, right? So if this thing was partially filled, let's say if there was like 15.015 Ethereum already filled, it would show 0.015 slash 0.034, right? So this shows you where you're at. As soon as that order is filled, it goes away from this list and ends up on this list. Oh, and there went something. Yeah, baby. Okay. Ugh. I hate it when I make so much money. Anyway, so, okay, we can ignore that because it's not in the way. Okay, so here, my trades. Now, trades and orders are different. Okay? An order, if, let's say let's go back to my order list. Oh, see, I got some buy orders now. Green is buy, red is sell. Okay? So, let's say I place an order for 34 units of Ethereum, right? And I get a partial fill, so I get 10 units filled, and then another 10 units filled, and then another 14. That's 34 altogether. And now my order's filled, but it took 3 trades to fill that order. So see, if you look at this number here, there's only 24 units, right? Uh-oh, where'd it go? Oh man, these things are changing faster than I can read. Okay, here's one. 10 plus 24 is 34, which is the full amount of the order, right? But there's actually 2 trades that took place when that happened. Okay, if you look at the order ID, let's see if we can find an order ID that matches. Oh man, that thing went off the screen already. All right. Okay, there it is. See, okay. So order, oh, see how the 2 order IDs are the same, but the trade IDs are different. Okay. Oh, and then it took me back up there. Okay, so I hope I explained how the difference between trades and orders. An order can consist of more than one trade, because it might take, like if I were to place like a $10,000 order, it's not going to get filled instantly, right? It might take 40 trades to fill that, that order. And so that's how that works. There's a concept of a trade. That means some exchange was made, and then there's an order that represents all of the exchanges that made up a particular order. I hope that makes sense. Alright, look at all this stuff I got on the buy side now. And then I've got sells that are pretty close to the top of the book. This is exciting. I love it when this stuff is going like this. Oh, look at all these things I've got. Holy moly. It's just like non-stop. Non-stop. All these notifications are delayed. Like, I think each one sits there for like 3 or 4 seconds before it disappears and then makes room for the next one. So if I get 20 cells filled, I'll have 20 notifications queued up over like the next 2 minutes or so. So sometimes it's just faster to close them all. Look at this. Oh my goodness. See, this is what you want to see happening, right? When I've got my bot doing all the trading, it's just dominating the order book, and look at all these fills I'm getting. Fills mean money, right? I'm using Bitcoin to buy Ether, right? Once I got the Ether, I sell it at profit. Once that sell order fills, I get my Bitcoin back plus some more, right? And just rinse and repeat. And I've done this. Hang on, let me look at my bot stats. I'm not going to show you my bot because that's a proprietary thing, and yeah. But just know that I have one and it's cool. But my bot, okay, just in the last 24 hours, it completed 538 trades, right? That means buys and sells, buy and sell at profit 538 times in the past 24 hours. And probably 50 of those were while I was recording this video. Okay, so, alright, it has become apparent that I am not going to end this little notification thing anytime soon. There it is. Oh, there. Okay. Alright, so we've got the trades, we've got active orders. Filled and canceled orders is, you don't even really need to know. Anytime you place an order, so any trade that completes shows up here. Or if you have an order on the book and you hit the cancel button to delete it from the book, it shows up in here. Okay, that's all that is. Like if you want to know what things you've canceled, that's the only reason for going here, is to look and see if there's any canceled orders that whatever. Like my bot will cancel orders if there's no money to buy stuff and there's an order at a price that's not going to be reached anytime soon, so it'll cancel those orders to free up funds or whatever. Right? Oh, we got another fill. So anytime a buy order fills, this is just to tell you a little bit more about my bot. Every time a buy order fills, you get the notification, right? That's a standard HitBTC notification. But anytime a sell order fills, my bot plays that cha-ching sound, so that well, just because it's cool, you know. And so when you hear cha-ching, that means a sell order filled or trading round is complete. A trading round consists of a buy and a subsequent sell at profit, right? Alright, looks like the activity is kind of, I spoke too soon. The activity is a little sort of dying down. I've got, let's see, 23 orders on the book, some of which are buys, most of which are sells. There's going to be sells filling pretty quick here because, I mean, this price is just moving fast. Or not sell, but buys. Oh, it looks like on both sides. Actually, that's kind of cool. Maybe we'll hear some more cha-chings here in a minute. Oh, there's another buy fill. Right? There's two. Okay, so active orders, filled and canceled orders, trades. You understand what trades are, right? Trades are grouped together to form an order, right? So I could have an order that consists of 10 trades that were required to fill that order. Okay. The order book shows all the buyers on the left, all the sellers on the right. The highest price anyone is willing to pay for Ether in this case is at the top of the buy side, right? The lowest price that anyone's willing to sell their Ether for is on the top of the sell side. So if you go down this list, the prices get higher and higher. But if you go down this list, the prices get lower and lower. Because what we want is to match the highest buyer with the lowest seller, right? And as soon as those two prices match, then those... Oh, and there's more. So you notice there's an amount here. This one shows basically 1 unit at this price. Oh, yeah, you know, probably should use a less volatile pair for this video, but it shows the amount of units available at that price, and likewise the amount of units available at that price. Well, let's call this side the money side, and this is the product side, right? Because this is the amount. Well, no, that's not true. Sorry, take that back. This is somebody. These guys want to buy this many and pay this price for it. These guys want to sell this many and pay and sell it for this price, right? So whenever there's a match, the difference, like if it's not a one-to-one match, you know, one side the price might go away completely because those units are all gone, but this side might say, well, it's not as many as I wanted to buy, so there'll still be some left on this side, you know, some bids at this price, right? So for example, if I wanted to buy 100 units at this price and this guy on this side was selling 50 units at the price that I liked, right? This top price would go away. The next one in line would show up at the top. Mine will still be there, except instead of 100 units, it'll show 50 units because 50 have been filled, and that was a trade. Cha-ching! Oh, I love that sound. What else? And then if I can get rid of these stupid things fast enough, there's a time and sales, which is pretty cool to watch too, because it kind of gives you a good idea of the actual volatility, you know, the real action that's taking place. And I may not be able to show you. But hey, still, this is cool. Man, that was a lot of orders. Oh, I had some network error while that happened. Okay, so, here we go. So the time and sales, this represents the real action, right? These prices are changing up here. These prices are changing all the time because there's bots and there's people and they're putting orders in and they're canceling orders. But there's, you know, the matches don't happen near as often as the stuff that's going in and out of the books, right? Here, this only changes, oh, really? This only changes when something actually happens, when there's a match, right? That's why it's kind of still right now, because, come on, I'm trying to make a video here. Okay, this only changes, see how it changes whenever there's some real action, some order matching happening up on the books, right? So it doesn't move near as fast. But you'll have times where it's moving fast, like there's just, you can't even keep up with the pace of what's happening in the time and sales, because that's when people are going crazy in the markets and they're buying and selling, right? And so that's a good one to watch, okay? And then I guess the only other thing is I'll show you actually how to place trades. Now here's, okay, let's say I want to buy Ether. I have a bunch of Bitcoin. This shows me how much Bitcoin I have. I don't have a lot. This is a tiny little, my tiny hedge fund. So that shows my balance. That's what I have available to trade with. That's not tied up in all these trades, right? And then it tells you what's in, how much you have in orders, how much you have total, blah blah blah. And then here's the bid price. The bid price is the best bid price from the order book, right? So you can see that right there without having to look at the order book. Okay, so let's say I wanted to buy 1 Ether, right? And I want it at the current bid price. Okay, I just click on that bid price. It automatically populates in here. It tells me what that's going to cost, and it tells me what the commissions are that I'm paying if, you know, when I place this order, right? And then there's fees, but you don't always pay fees. If you place orders that go straight into the book and don't take any orders off the book, you actually don't pay a fee. That's because you're what's called a maker. A maker is someone who provides liquidity by putting orders into the order book, right? But if you take orders off the book, you're considered a taker, and takers are charged fees for taking liquidity from the order book, okay? And HitBTC goes one step further. They actually reward makers by paying a tiny percentage, like 0.01% rebate on your order based on the size of your order, right? So if I buy 1 Bitcoin, for example, like, okay, let's see, if I wanted to do, so here's another thing, this thing does all the math for you. If I wanted to spend 1 Bitcoin, right, I just type 1 here at the whatever the price is here, and it figures out the amount of Ether that I have to buy to get that. Now it's going to round down to the nearest Satoshi or whatever, but it's still close enough, right? So if I were to place this order at market, which means I take whatever, I'm taking this order, so let's see, what's this price here? It's not, I'm not going to get a solid price. But assuming that this price removed orders from the sell side, then I would pay this 0.001 basically fee. But if it didn't, if it just placed an order on the buy side and didn't remove anything from the sell side, then I would receive this 0.0001 BTC as a rebate. So that's kind of cool. It's good to know if you're heavy, do heavy trading like I do. Like my bot here sits here and just buys and sells all day, 24/7, right? So I never pay taker fees because I'm always putting orders on the book. In fact, I have I have up as many as 400 orders on the book at any given time in this particular scenario, right? The other thing is, let's see, I'm trying to think of what else. There's other things like some exchanges. This one is really cool because if I wanted to say, let's say I wanted to buy, okay, you see how this shows, this is what I left out. So normally this looks like this. This number here shows the sum, the total amount of coin that makes up all of the orders from the top all the way down to this level, right? And as you can see, it changes often because the orders are going in and out of the books like crazy, right? So I like to switch this to the currency that I'm using to buy stuff and not the stuff that I'm buying, right? So I'm buying Ether, but I like to switch this to show how much Bitcoin worth of Ether you're getting. So check this out. If I click here, let's say I have 1 Bitcoin and I click that guy right there, right? Now I go down to my order section and it basically places all the information for that order, right? And that would be, so assuming that nothing changes from the time I click this guy here to the time I place sell here, right? If nothing changes, I will grab everything from the top of the book all the way down to wherever it was that I clicked, right? Oh, and actually that's a little backwards because I clicked on the sell side. So what that would mean is I'd have to go and do the buy. I'd have to buy all that stuff, right? But if I hit buy, I would basically buy everything from the top all the way down to whatever that price level was, right? And when you place market orders, which after watching this video, if you place a market order, I will never speak to you again, okay? So, but if you do place a market order, I'll show you how that works, right? You basically say how much Ether you want, or you specify how much you want to spend. So let's say I want to spend 1 Bitcoin, okay? All right, and then I hit a market order. I say go, boom, right? It tells me, it tries to tell you what the best price is going to be, blah, blah, blah. But basically, all it's going to do is it's going to buy up everything in the order book from the top all the way down to whatever price is required to make sure that your order is filled completely, right? So if that means, if that means it's $100 at the top of the book, but by the time your order fills, the price is $1,000. But that's what it takes for you to get that quantity that you're ordering. You might pay 10 or 100 times more than what you expected to pay for that Ether, right? I'm going to try and explain that again. So a market order basically just takes all of the liquidity from the top of the sell side and go down as far as it needs to fill, like for example, 1 Bitcoin, right? So down here, so I would basically take out all of these and this and part of this one here, just to fill 1 Bitcoin, my 1 Bitcoin order, right? So you have no control over what the price is going to be. So you place a limit order that says, I want to buy 1 Bitcoin worth, and I want to pay, this, and I can just click like that, I want to pay that, period, right? So now what happens is, when you place that order, you're only going to fill at that price, right? So that's the price you're going to pay for all of your ether, right? And you control what the price is. But it might take longer to fill, because you might not have this many items, this much ether at that price level, which means your order is going to linger there until it gets filled, partial fills, you know, boom, 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 until your whole order is filled. But you wait a little bit and you pay the price that you were looking to pay, period, right? If you get tired of waiting, you can cancel the remaining order. Oh, look, I got a partial fill right here. I was telling you about the fills. So this one filled 6 units of the 34 units that I'm trying to buy, right? So this guy it'll just wait there until that price level hits again. Let me see what that is. That is 70. So it's a little ways. Yeah, it's a little ways up. So anyway, I was saying, you don't want to don't do market orders. Market orders are evil, and market orders are the reason why the price flies up and down when people say, you know, get greedy, or they panic, and they either start buying up stuff when the price goes up, or they start dumping their coin when the price goes down. They're selling at market and they're driving the price down. They're buying at market and they're driving the price up. And they ultimately end up screwing themselves every time they place a market order, right? And then the guys like me and my bot, they love you for that, because you're moving the price, and that means my orders are filling like crazy, okay? So, I mean, if you want to be nice to me and make me money, then sure, go place market orders. But if you want to listen to what I say, you should never place a market order as long as you live, unless you have a very good reason. And there are not many very good reasons, trust me. So I think that pretty much covers everything. And I got a feeling this is going to be a pretty long video. So I'm going to go now and do some editing and see if I can cut it down in size a bit, or maybe break it up into portions or something. Look at this thing. This is so cool. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 buy orders that I can see. Oh, there's some more. I don't think they go much further, because the buy orders don't stay on for long. I think my buy order stays alive for like 10 minutes, and if it's still there after 10 minutes, it gets canceled. Anyway, I guess that's I mean, I pretty much spelled out everything, so that's a lot to take in, especially if you've never been on an exchange before. So you know, you may need to watch this video a few times over to kind of understand what's what. But most importantly, if you really want to learn how to do this stuff, go put $100, you know, get on Coinbase, deposit $100, exchange it for Litecoin, transfer it to HitBTC, and then just start playing around with limit orders and start learning how the order book works, and being able to see your own orders on the books like I'm seeing right here. That's gold, right? That's your education right there. So you need to do whatever you can to learn how this all works, and the only way to really learn effectively is by doing it. So like I said, just start with $100, $200, and get some cryptos, put them in there, and just go for it. And you know, don't try and focus so much on making money or whatever. Just focus on understanding how all this stuff works, so that you can start looking for opportunities to exploit, you know, and then you can really start making some money. Alright, that's pretty much it for me. So thanks for watching.
Ciao, 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 ciao.